and welcome to Ask the Crown. I am your host, Lisa Opie, and today Miss USA 2015, Olivia Jordan. Welcome, Olivia.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
We are so excited to have you. So I know you just won a little bit less than a month ago. What has been the highlight of your reign so far?
There's been so many highlights. This has been an incredible whirlwind over the past month. I can't believe a whole month has gone by. But this morning I got to co-host on Good Day New York, and that was an incredible experience. I've never vision hosting, and it was a great way to learn, and I just had a great time on that show.
So as Miss USA, what is the typical day like for you?
Every day is different, but I wake up every morning. I try to get a workout in. We work with a great gym in the city, so I get to go there, and then I typically come to the office. I have some interviews. I catch up with the team and see what we're going to do each day, what we're going to do for the week. And then I like to work with causes, and I'm starting to work with more causes now that the first month we've done more of the interviewing stuff. And then at night I've been getting to go to premieres and restaurant openings. So it's a jam-packed day, but every day is different, and it's very fun and fresh to always have new things coming up.
And I know that this isn't your first pageant, so tell me a little bit the previous titles that you've held, and what does it take to win those titles? Because you seem to win everything.
Oh, well, gratefully, I have also lost. And losing is where I've learned so much and focused. My first pageant, I didn't even make the top 5, and afterwards, I was really disappointed. I thought that I was going to do well. I thought that I could make the top 5, and I realized that there was work that went into this. I talked to my mom right after the pageant and was telling her my disappointment, and she was saying, you're basically acting like you could just go be a lawyer without going to law school, and that's not realistic. You need to go get an education in pageantry. It's a specific skill. So I think the way that I really honed my skills was working on the interview portion, working on my walk, and just owning my overall confidence has been important. And that's something that luckily I've been building over the years before pageantry as well, but those interview skills are crucial to practice before pageantry, during pageantry, because after you win, you are going to be a voice for so many causes, and you're going to be thrown on the spot every single day. So work on those interview skills.
So I'm dying to know, and I'm sure our watchers are dying to know as well, who is your interview coach?
I worked with Pageantology, so that's Susie and Shandy, that were both former Miss USAs, and I also worked with Valerie Hayes. So I had a couple different people that I was working with. Valerie Hayes was incredible at working with current event topics and really hitting those hard-hitting issues, and Susie and Shandy were incredible about confidence and making sure to always stay true to yourself, because I think some trap that some pageant girls fall in is becoming a little too pageanty or being a little too robot-y. And you really want to make sure to be true to yourself, and that is one of the things that I worked with Pageantology.
Wow, well, you did an amazing job. So at Miss USA, we saw a different panel of judges than you would. What was it like competing, knowing that your judges were all former title holders?
I personally thought that it was a lot of pressure. I was extra nervous because it's these women that I've looked up to for years, and I've wanted to do what they do. And so to be able to look down at them, it was incredible. I was having like butterflies in my stomach looking at them and being able to connect with them and knowing that they had the opportunity to make my dreams come true. And so that was a crazy feeling, but the pressure was on. I knew that they knew exactly what to look for. I knew that they knew those moments that you're not doing the right turn when you're supposed to, or whatever it was. So I felt like really on that day.
And you looked gorgeous. You did a phenomenal job. How do you handle the pressure of being in the public eye? And if you ever have any negative press, how do you react to that?
I think the best thing to do for me is to always stay grounded. I think there's a quote about not letting successes get to your head and not letting failures get to your heart, and I try to take that in. There's going to be some negative comments, there's going to be haters, but you just can't let that get in. You can't let that determine who you are or how you act. You have to rise above it, and then also stay humble. The greatest success is you're still a human and you're still flawed, and so just being sure to stay in the middle there and not go on the roller coaster that everything that someone says to you totally affects you and brings you up, because if something affects you that can bring you up that quickly, you can also crash down if someone says the wrong thing. So that's the main thing. Just stay true to yourself and stay humble.
Definitely. So tell me about life in New York.
I love New York City. I'm so obsessed with the city. I've had the best time moving here. It's been a month, and I have gotten to see Broadway shows. I've gotten to go to premieres with all of these amazing actresses that I look up to and aspire to be someday. And I also just get to walk around the city. I got to walk the High Line, which is just this like beautiful old railroad that is now this amazing piece of New York City culture, that they've built these gardens and there's like popsicle stands as you walk along. It's like there's so many amazing things to do in the summer in New York. I can't get enough of that.
Wow, and do you love your roommates?
Yes, I mean, I live with Miss Universe, so I can't complain there. That's pretty crazy. And then this week, Kaylee just got in town, so I'm also living with Miss Teen USA. And I just love her. She's such a sweetheart, and I'm excited to spend a week in the city with her. And it's one of her last weeks as Miss Teen USA, so that's an exciting time.
Oh, at least you got to spend some time together.
Yes, yes.
So we want to know, what got you involved in pageantry?
I got involved right after college. I graduated from Boston University. I moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting and modeling, and I just didn't really know anyone, and I didn't have that many connections in the entertainment business, and I saw it as an opportunity to make new friends, to make connections, and I knew that no matter what happened, win or lose, I was going to be in a better place to be stronger in my career.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any advice for women that want to become Miss USA one day? How would they start?
There's so many different ways that you can start. I think, first of all, just look up what your local pageant system is doing. Look up when the next pageant is. If you're a teen, if you're a miss, when's the next bend? When can you go compete in your state? And then from there, you can start your goal setting. So if it's 6 months away, then you need to get to the gym. You need to start talking to interview coaches. You need to start looking at dresses. And most importantly, just make sure that no matter what you do in pageantry, stay true to yourself and build your confidence. And both of those things will get you further than any amount of coaching or working out or anything else. You've got to be confident and you have to stay true to you. That will get you the furthest.
So tell me about your platform.
So I'm going to be working this year with the Alzheimer's Association that I was working with in Oklahoma, and now I get to work with them on a national level to work towards finding a cure for Alzheimer's disease. I will also be working with breast and ovarian cancer, and I think that it's great to work with a women's cause like ovarian cancer because we have to rally behind women and the things that affect us. And I'm also going to be working with getting kids out of prostitution in the United States. This is a huge issue, and I would like to bring more light to it. And I think that as Miss USA, I can really lend my voice to these young girls that don't have a voice and are being victimized.
That's amazing. I have a follow-up question. What can our viewers do to get involved with that?
I think the best way to get involved is to Google what's going on in your area. So do a search and find out. There's many different outreach programs. And I think that social media is a great way that you can always stay active. You can fundraise through social media for causes and shelters. You can go work with the girls. I was working when I was living in Los Angeles with Children of the Night, and I would actually go to this shelter that was for girls that had come out of prostitution, and I would teach improv games, and I would just play kids and allow them to be kids again because they were 12 to 18 years old, and they didn't really have a childhood. Most of them had been living on the streets for many years and acting like adults in every way. And so it was fun to be able to go there and just allow them to have fun and be a kid. Such an important part of growing up.
Oh, that is great advice. Thank you for that. One last question before we let you go. traveling and waking up early for appearances probably wears you out and you're probably so exhausted, but you always manage to look so beautiful. So what are your beauty secrets?
Thank you. Probably my best beauty secret is to stay hydrated. On the days that I'm drinking enough water, I have so much more energy than days that I'm not. So hydration is so crucial. I love to eat fruit when I'm having those afternoon crashes, and ideally I would love to have some candy. Eating fruit will actually keep me looking better and feeling better, especially the next day. And concealer. Drink water, eat fruit, and use concealer.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Olivia. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks for having me. This has been great.